This conference will now be recorded.
Let us see how to configure the RDQM concept. What are the main advantages of RDQM concept? In how many ways we can configure the RDQM concept? Everything we can see now. Okay, let me open first of all my AWS console. You can try in your local machines. You can create AWS account and you can create. Let me sign into my AWS machines. Okay, we are good. Okay, fine. First of all, let us see what are the prerequisites to configure the RDQM concept. First of all, what is RDQM? Okay, let us see. RDQM was introduced from the version 9.1. RDQM, if I say RDQM stands for Replicated Data Queue Managers. RDQM can be configured on 2 servers. This, if you configure on 2 servers, we'll call as RDQM-DR, disaster recovery. And you can configure in 3 servers that we call as RDQM-HA, high availability. Even I can call with 6 servers that we call as RDQM-HA and DR configuration. Let us see what is the difference between each thing. Now we'll see about RDQM disaster recovery. What is RDQM-DR? Minimum 2 servers are required. You can configure 2 servers in 2 different data centers you can create, and the data is going to be replicated. The prerequisites to configure the RDQM configuration. What are the prerequisites to configure this RDQM? Prerequisites for the prerequisites. Prerequisites, if you see, prerequisites are, first of all, IBM MQ advanced version. I'll later explain what is IBM MQ advanced version, and after that we require main thing DRDB utils. Along with MQ software, you will get the DRDB utils, and we require the KMod also. KMod version we can call as. And next we require the pacemaker. And yeah, these are the things we require. Let us install first. Let me create important thing is volume groups. Volume groups. We need to create separate volume groups, and that the volume groups name should be DRDB pool. The volume group should be name is DRDB pool. First, let me create a server in AWS first of all. Okay. Let me see it. Let me create a server 1. Okay, we are good. And what type of the OS we need to take here? The question comes here. Okay, don't take the free version. Why? Because I have currently I have the trial version of 9.3.9.2.0.2. So 9.2.0.2 Red Hat is going to support till 8.7 version. If you have 9.2, so 9.3 currently we are doing, yeah. If you have 9.3.0.10, might be how to check. You can check in the IBM blogs. What is the OS version compatibility we need to check. In RDQM, while you are doing the RDQM configuration, the compatibility you need to check. What is the OS version and what is the MQ version? Whether this MQ version supports the OS version RDQM or we need to check the compatibility. If you see the IBM blogs, you can be clear on that part. If you are using 9.2, 3.0.2, the OS must be 8.7. And if you are using some, I see 8.8, next level of fixed specs we need to apply in that part. Whenever you are applying the fixed spec, and you have to check the KMod version compatibility also at that time. Otherwise, it is not going to be worked out. Okay, let me create go for marketplaces. Let me see Red Hat 8.7. Search for Red Hat 8.7. Oh, this is a paid software, guys, because IBM MQ will not give 8.7 as free, and yeah, you can take this one. And it is going to charge per hour. It is going to charge this many rupees. If you want, you can try this one also. It is going to work it out. And next, let me select this option. Continue. Okay, we are good. Come down. Create a key pair. If you ask, you can use the key pair. Otherwise, you can create a key pair anything. Let us assume key pair. Let us assume RDQM1. Okay, fine. use the ppk file, create a ppk, launch the instances. And I want to create, if you want, you can create other server in a different data center, or it can be, but if you create a server different data center, you have to make the connection between these two servers. The two servers should have mutual communication, but I am creating the same center, same location, Mumbai location. I'm creating one more new server. My other server is here, server 2. Come down, check here, Red Hat 8.7, search for that. We are good. Okay, 8.7, minimal support with pro computers. We are good. Both the servers should have same MQ version, same OS version, MQM ID, group ID must be identical on the same servers. So things you need to remember. Okay. Okay, go, let me go and select the key pair. Okay, the key pair, let us assume RDQM just now I created. I'm using same key pair, launch the instances. My two servers are ready now. I'm installing first of all MQ software on both the servers. Okay, we are good. Just go for server 1, just copy the MQ software to the server. SCP. We are good. Okay, we are good. We are good. Please hit -user. Yes, this authentications. We get a browse. Okay, let me open this server. Okay. Okay, let me download this one. MQ 9.3. Let me copy first of all the base pack, later fix pack I will copy. I think this is the base pack software. Let me copy the base pack software first. Yeah, now it's copied, and copy the base spec software also. Fix spec, sorry, base spec is copied. Now copy the fix spec software also. We are good for the fix spec software. I have 9.3.0.2 guys. If you have a latest version, you can copy the latest version, but check whether that latest version, the OS compatibility is correct or not. You guys have to check it out. And I downloaded the KMod software separately in the IBM website. Even you can copy that KMod software also here. I'm good on that part. Okay, we are good. And I have the KMod software also. You can see you can download it from the IBM website. Why? Because generally this KMod software will get in fix pack also. Let us show you. And let's take the second server, copy the second server for softwares for second server also. Good. Okay. Let's see if a user and my password is. Now we are good on that part. We are good. We are good. Let me copy to 9.3 version. Require 9.3 version here. Okay, good. Okay, we are good. And let me go for new software, new directory of fixpack. Copy the fixpack software also. We are good. Now next, let me copy this one, Kmod also. Let me copy the Kmod software also. We are good on that part. This is good. This is good. Okay, let me open the server now. Okay, and before let us make the connections between these two servers. By default, connections will not be there. You can go for security groups. Open the security groups, inbound rules, change the inbound rules. Good all the traffic, save the rules. Good. Oh, go for server 2. Here also go for security groups. Very good. Editing solve the traffic. Very good. Here good here. Go for server 1. Copy this. Okay. Okay, I'm good here. Now go for authentications. Go for this. RDQM1. Okay. So view my user. Very good. Let me log in with the root user. We change the settings here to somewhat high. Okay. First, let me install the MQ software first. My MQ software is here. -ZXVF. This is the software. First, unzip the software, unzip and untie the software. I'm doing in the primary server first of all. Now we are good. Go to MQ server, accept the MQ license file, install the required RPMs. Whatever the RPMs you required, you can install the RPMs. Oh, okay, fine. It is going to install. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, let me open the secondary server. Let me open my secondary server. This is the server 1. This is the server 2. Okay, let me open the secondary server. Okay, go. Browse. I'm good. I'm good. Easy to iPhone user. I'm good here. Change setting. I'm good here. Okay, go to home, EC2 user, MQ 9.3. First unzip the here also. Unzip the software. Go to MQ server, accept the license file, install the required RPMs. So whatever RPMs you required on this, you can install. But I am installing all the RPMs. In Office, don't try to install. Whatever RPMs you required, you can install that RPMs. Okay, it's installing. I think now it is installed. Now you can see MQM bin DSP-MQB. Here you can see we install the trial version of 9.3, 9.3.0.0. Now install the fixpack also. So EC2 fixpack. Fixpack good. -ZXVF install the fixpack. First unzip the fixpack folder and install the fixpack software also in this server. Okay, we are good. RPM-IVH start.rpm. What are the RPMs required in the fixpack? You can install. can see my Linux installation video. What are the RPMs required? That RPMs, why? Because FT RPMs, if you install, it is going to be extra package. But anyhow, we require advanced version. If you install that RDQM, FT will come as free of cost if you go for advanced version. Okay, we are good on 9.3. Now install the fix pack. We not install. Oh, yes, fix pack is there. Okay. R-ZX, we have installed the fix pack on secondary server also. RPM-IVH start RPM. We are also installing. It's installing fix pack. Once installation is completed, in RDQM, first we need to install the DRDB utils. DRDB utils. It will come along with the software. You don't need to bring anywhere. It will come along with the either it will come along the base pack software or fix pack software. There is a folder called advanced folder. You will get that packages over there. Let me show you. Okay, it's installing. BC, Salesforce, client, man, all these things are installing now. Okay, samples done. Okay, now it is installed successfully. OPT MQ DSP MQ VR 9.3.0.2 is there. Now see, currently we are in fix pack folder. Either in fix pack folder or in the base server folder, you have a folder called MQ Advanced. RDQM will come a part of MQ Advanced software. You have to go to Advanced folder, and there is a folder called RDQM. Now you can see here MQ series RDQM RPM is there. If you try to install, initially it will not take. If I try to install this RDQM, it will throw an error. No, it is trying to base pack. Okay, let me try to base pack. Okay, home EC2 user MQ 9.3 MQ server advanced RDQM. If you try to install, it will throw an error. It will not accept. It will throw an error. You can see, right? If you try to install the RDQM, it is going the guys first install the DRDB pacemaker, DRDB utils, K-mod, everything need to be installed for this. First of all, if you install this RPM. Okay, now let me go for fixpack software. My fixpack software in is home, easy to use fixpack. There is a folder called advanced RDQM. You can see there is a prerequisites folder will be there. Either you can get in the base pack also, but fixpack will advance it, right? Go for fixpack thing. Okay, which one you want to go? EL8 or EL9? Okay, why? Because we can go for here. EL8 is fine for us. EL8, what we have here? Okay, we are good. Now first go for K-mod utilities. Install the. You have to install the all these things. You can do not K-mod. First go for DRDB. Sorry, first go for DRDB utils. Okay, we are go for DRDB utils. Install all the RPMs. If you use RPM-IVH, it will throw some error. Why? Because if you use RPM and the RPM name, it will try to install only that RPMs. But if you want to install these RPMs, we require some dependencies are required. Better all the times use yum install command. What is the difference between RPM-IVH and M install? RPM-IVH is going to install only that particular RPM. If no dependencies are there, only that RPM will be get installed. But if you use yum install command, dependencies package will also get installed. Let me use this command and it is going to be installed successfully. Because some dependencies should be there for this. For example, if you want to install this RPM, some DRDBs, this package is required. Automatically, if you in your Red Hat that package is there, it automatically will install that dependency packages and main software will get installed automatically. Now it is installing successfully. We are good. It's installing. Good. Okay, you can keep Y. You can see DRDP package successfully installed. You don't need to get DRDP package anywhere. It will come along with your fixed pack software or it comes the base pack software. Better take the latest. If you're a fixed pack, better take it from there. Okay, now it is getting installed successfully. Okay, we are good. Okay, DRDB package is installed successfully. Now I want to install the KMod. In the same folder, you can see the KMod also. And they have given a command to you. See which 1, 2, 3, nearly 6 packages they have given. Which package you need to install? There is a command uname-r. Currently, my package, what is the my kernel version of this particular server is 420.19. I don't have 420.9. Nothing is there. 420.18. You can see 18 is there, but I am using 19 software. You can use dot. Okay, it will show. Currently for this server, either you can install 3.1 if you don't have, but I tried to install 3.1. It is not supporting here. Hence, separately I install the KMod software. Currently I have my KMod software is here, but IBM recommends you can install 3.1, but I tried to install 3.1. It is not working. Hence 425 dot instead of 310 IBM has given next level. I bought that one. Let me try home easy to user. Let me this one ZXVF9. You can get in the IBM website all these things. You can download from there. Okay, let me go for 9. Let me go for 18. See KMod. Now we can try to get here. Okay, now which version you want? I require 10th version. 10th version is going to support. You can see /mod version. Now they are asking to install 10th version. Either you can install 3 to taking, but QManage automatically switchover is not happening for the 3-node setup. Better IBM has recommended to install this feature. But if you are using next level, you can take whatever you require. Okay, let me install these packages. Install. We can install this package. You can use this command to check which package is supported to your operating system. It will give. Better take the latest one. You can download this KMod separately. IBM has given KMod separately. You can download it from IBM portal, and you should have password advantage side for that. First of all, now it is installing successfully. Once KMod is installed successfully, you need to install the pacemaker software also. Okay, now install the pacemaker. Pacemaker, it will be again in buffer fixed pack software, advanced RDQM prerequisites 18. You can see there is a pacemaker, and you can install the all RPMs. RPM-IH start RPM can install. Okay, M install RPM is not going to install. Better go for M. Some dependencies package will install along with that if you go for M. Some we require. Okay, some Perl commands, some Python commands, some shell commands will be installed. We can see Perl commands, something will be installed. Dependencies will be installed. Python also is going to be required here. Some packages. We are good. We install the first of all. We install the DRDB install. We install the KMod, and we install the pacemaker. Now we need to install the MQ series RDQM package. Go for first base pack. Home EC2 user, my MQ 9.3, MQ server, advanced RDQM packages. Let me install the, now we can use RPM command, MQ series RDQM. Now it is getting installed successfully. License, now it is in advanced version. Okay, now you can see OPT MQ bin, DSP MQ VR. But in real time, we'll get it is an advanced version. Some cost difference will be the base pack and advanced. Okay, let us install the base pack also. So, sorry, base pack install fixed pack. OPT, no, it is in O EC2 user, fixed pack, advanced RDQM. You can see here. RPM-IBH MQ series. We are good on the part. Now, check whether it's installed or not. RPM-IBH RDQM. Two packages installed successfully. Let me repeat same procedure. Say whatever we install on that, same thing we install on the secondary server also. Okay, first of all, go to advanced folder, RDQM, prerequisites, EL18. First, we need to install DRDB utils. Install started. If you want to see, we can list out all these things. Install start.rpm. It is going to install what are the RPMs we require. DRDB. DRDB is mainly used for replication purpose. I'll explain you later how this DRDB is going to replicate the data from one server to another server. Very good. Okay, now install the KMod. Home EC2 user, my KMod is separately, it is there. -XVF. Okay, CD 18 CD KMod. You can which version? Oh, 1080 supporting. Now we can install RPM-IBH. Where is my 10th version? On this. Okay, 10th version we can install. Okay, we are good. KMod is installed. Now go for EC2 fix pack advanced RDQM prerequisites 18 and install the pacemaker. Install the required RPMs. Install start. We are good. Pacemaker is successfully installed. Now we install the RDQM RPMs. Advanced RDQM folder. RPM-IBH MQ series RDQM. Now install the fix pack for RDQM. Easy to use. Now we are good. After that, what we need to do? Now we installation is completed. Have two servers. On two servers, RDQM is installed successfully. Let us assume this is my server 1 and this is my server 2. Okay. This is my server 1 and server 2. RDQM installation is completed. Now we need to create a volume groups to the two servers. We need to create the volume group. Let us assume this is one volume group and this is the another volume group. Create two volume groups on individually on both servers. Let us assume this is the volume group. Name should be DRDB pool. And must and should the volume group name should be DRDB. Let me see DRBD or DR. Let me see here. RDQM DRBD. Okay. DRBD pool, correct. DRBD pool. Very good. Here also one more volume group. Different volume groups, guys. Here one of the volume group. Okay. The name is here DRBD pool. Why? Because our queue manager data directory, transaction log directory will be saved in this volume groups only. Firstly, how to create the volume groups in AWS? Let us say simple, very easily you can create. Okay, come here, let me volumes. Okay, let me create a volume group. Let us assume I require 15 GB. Based on your requirement, you can create that volume groups. Come here, come down. Yeah, now create the volume group successfully. Now it is created. Create one more volume. Okay, it is for 15 GB. Now come down. Create one more volume group here. Okay, two volume groups are created successfully. Now attach this volume group to the server. Initially check the volume groups will not be here. ls blk. List the block. Currently there is no volume group. Only 10 GB you have. Now come here. Attach the volume groups. And I want to attach to server 1. Go down. Attach the volume groups here. Take second server also. Now attach one more volume group here. Attach the volume group. Take server 2 and attach the volume group. Now volume groups are attached successfully. If you want, you can see LSBLK. Now we can see 115 GB volume group is attached. Previously it is not there. Now it is there. Check in the second server also LSBLK. Now we can see 15 GB volume groups are there. Now let me create the volume groups. Now servers are attached. Now we need to create the VGS volume groups. I have a command. Let me show you. Okay, open the file location. Okay, we are good. But with the notepad, yeah, let me create here. Yeah, you can use this command to create the volume groups. Okay, we are good. VG create, and the volume group name should be, this is the group which you got the name, you can make this one. Okay, now you can see VGS, now 15 GB volume group is created on server. Similarly, create on the second server also. Take the use the same command. Can use same command VGS. Copy in second server. XVDF, we are good. Now we can see. Now 15 GB volume group is created on the both the servers. Now we need to create the queue managers. Now queue managers volume groups is done. Now we need to create, first of all, we need to create the queue manager on server, primary server. Let us assume my queue manager name is here RDQM1. Let us assume my queue manager name is here RDQM1. Okay, what is the command to create the queue manager on primary node? First of all, this is the command. We have the command already. This is the command we can use. Before giving the command, let me make it as primary installation. Okay, opt mqm bin set mqinst -i -p/opt mq. Similarly, second server also opt mqm bin set inst -i -p/opt mq. It is done. Okay, now first of all, you need to create the queue manager with RDQM queue manager with the root user, or otherwise you need to add that user in the part of MQM. Whatever you want, you can do. Go to opt mqm bin path. First, take the host name of the primary server, host name -a. My primary host name is, this is the host name. We have to replay the command to create RDQM-DR queue manager is crt mqm-ra. If you can use p-rt-r local IP address. You can give the primary queue manager IP address. In RI, we need to provide the secondary queue manager IP address. Host name -i. This is secondary queue manager IP address, but before that, check the connection is between their both the queue managers. And RN, you have to provide the host name of the secondary queue manager. You can use this host name. This is my host name of the secondary queue manager. And let me delete this old which I have. Okay, I'm good. Any port number you can use. I'm using port number 7000. You can use the port number whatever you require. This is the RDQM port number, and this is the queue manager name. My queue manager name is here RDQM1. Whatever you want, you can create. First of all, create in the primary node. Whatever the primary node you think, you can use opt-mqm bin and use the command. It is going to be created queue manager. Now queue manager is created successfully, and it is asking to execute this command on the secondary node. Just go for secondary node, go to opt mqm bin, use the command /. Now queue manager is created successfully. One queue manager is in ending status. You can both are in ending status. You can see the command rdqm status. Enter. It will show this is the kernel version, this is the OS kernel version, our DRDB, which we installed DRDB kernel version, DRDB version, this is OS version. It should be loaded always. Kernel version should be loaded. Sometimes partially loaded or not loaded means there is some problem from your end. And you can see synchronization in progress. Still the synchronization is not completed. What is the synchronization? We'll see. Okay, let us see. You can use this command also, rdqm status -m. My queue manager name is RDQM1. You can see 89%, 80, 87, 96% is complete. This is at what time the synchronization is happened. You can see. Now we can see DR time. We are good on that. But before that, you can see DR synchronization progress. Now you cannot see the DR, that is not there. You can see now we can see RDQM status. You can see DR status. This should be always normal. Okay, let us see -m queue manager name, what it is going to give. This is the queue manager, status of the queue manager. What is the file system we allocate for the queue manager role? It is in primary role. Asynchronous. It supports synchronous and asynchronous. Both replication is going to support. By default, asynchronous. We will also recommend it all the time, asynchronous replication. Why? Because before the transaction completed, the replication is going to be happen to the secondary node automatically. Okay, fine. This is good. This is the we can see here host name -i. 198 is the local IP address. This is the DR remote IP address. This is the local IP address, and these are the DR IP address. And same command if you use here RDQM status -m queue manager name. You can see here. You can see asynchronous. Everything is good. Local IP address, remote IP address, everything is going to be so. If you say df-h, there is no data directory present as of now. It is there, but you cannot see the data directory. In primary node, if you give the command df-h, you can see this is my data directory where MQM walls and queue manager name. Because here in volume groups, our data is going to be saved here. If you see here, why we can see here only? Because you can see the queue manager data transaction both are there. In primary queue manager only, you can visible the data directory. In secondary queue manager, you cannot visible the data directory. Why? Because it is in replica mode. If you make second queue manager as primary, then you can see the volume group, that queue manager data directory. Until you cannot see. Well, because in primary node only we can see the queue manager transaction log directory and this directory. In secondary node, by default, it is invisible. If you make secondary to primary, then you can do the data directory in the secondary node. In primary server, it is in invisible. It is in replica mode, we can say. Okay, let us start my queue manager first of all. Switch as MQM user. Let me start my queue manager here, RDQM1. Now you can see the one primary node it is running, and if you see switch as MQM user, now it is in secondary. It is in NDDB state. How it is going to be happen? Now the both queue managers are ready. You can see two queue managers are there. These two queue managers name is different. You can see here RDQM1. Whenever you created the secondary server, what happening, right? Here I can see I have. You can see here I have queue manager data directory is there with me, and I have the transaction log directory also is there in this server. First of all, by default, whenever you created the queue manager, okay, let us take this one. Okay, if we make somewhat, okay, let us assume this and this. Okay, we are good. Let us assume this is my queue manager data directory, and this is my transaction log directory. Whenever you created the secondary queue manager, what is going to happen? Why? Because we executed this command in the secondary node, right? We executed this command in the secondary node. Okay. So we executed this command in the secondary node. Yeah, this command. Whenever you execute this command, we created a process called DRDB. Generally, queue manager always writes this information. If we take primary information, it is going to write this complete transaction on queue manager data directory in this volume directory. There is a process called DRDB. This is a process called DRDB. We have here DRDB, and we have one more DRDB process here. Okay, let me have here have one more DRDB process. Okay, I have one more DRDB process here. Take this one here. Okay, I have one more DRDB process will be there in the background of here. DRDB. This guy is going to be communicate with the secondary server DRDB. Okay, we have a communication between this DRDB and this DRDB, and whatever the information it is there in the primary node, this information initially it will replicate to the secondary server automatically. Hence the synchronization comes that much time. Now we have separate data directory, separate queue manage, everything will be separate. This is different, but background replica mode is going to be happen. Whenever some application tries and puts some, for example, they puts 5 messages on this. That's generally the 5 messages are going to save in a data directory. On background, what is happening? This DRDB process, this DRDB pool is going to copy these 5 messages to be separate. The DRDB will take care of the replication. Don't worry, there is a separate process of DRDB. It is going to copy that 5 messages to this data directory. Whenever some application comes and picks this 5 messages from the queue, generally that messages will be removed from our data also anyhow. From our data, it is going to remove, and this removal will be replicated to the secondary server automatically. Let me remove this one. Okay. Whenever the application pulls the data is going to remove automatically, again the DRDB pool comes and replicate this data automatically. How? Generally, for every 5 milliseconds, the primary queue manager data directory, transaction log directory is going to replicate with the secondary server. Always in the process we call as RDQM-DR, RDQM-DR, disaster recovery. All the times only one node should be active, or you can make it as active or primary. The second node will be in standby. You can say standby or ended status. Auto failure is not going to happen. Means automatically if primary queue manager goes down, automatic second queue manager is not going to start. I'll show you. Now we are good on that part. You can see one queue manager is in running status, and if you see RDQM status, IBM queue manager name RDQM1, it is in primary status, and secondary status you can see here. If you see RDQM status, IBM RDQM1, it is in secondary state. Now I want to switch primary to secondary. First of all, you need to shut down the queue manager here. You need to end the queue manager the primary node, end MQM RDQM1. Okay, now let me go with root. Now it is ended. Now we have the command RDQM-DR -m. My queue manager name is RDQM1. I want to make it a secondary. First, you need to make it a secondary. In this command, it will make you a secondary. Let's see the command is correct. And then RDQM-DR, yeah, command is correct. Why it is not taking? RDQM-DR -m, queue manager name, and -s. It's correct. But oh, there is some problem. Let us see now. Yeah, now it is good. Now it can fail to make the. Now it failed. There is some problem. It should not be failed. Let us try. Might be the problem with the IDMQM. Let me add. There is a user called HA cluster. Okay, that user we need to add to the MQM group. I think. Let me try to add that one also here. Okay. There is a command. We need to add that user to the MQM group. Yeah, this is the command we need to. Let me try to add this to the MQM group. After adding, let us try. Okay, both the servers. Oh, okay, let us now like to try to switch the queue managers. I think we have given the connections also. Yeah, connection is there. Otherwise, we should not switch the queue managers there automatically. Okay, we can see here RDQM status -m RDQM1. We are good. This is in secondary now. It should switch automatically. Fail it to what is again it failed. Okay, why again it failed? Let's see. RDQM status -m RDQM1. We are good. Asynchronous, everything is good. We try with MQM user. It will try. Okay, we are good. Should not with the happen. We are good here. ID MQM. We are good. All are good. Let me see some logs we can see here. Okay, let me otherwise let me try to make here directly primary to take. It will not take, I think. RDQM-DR -m RDQM1 fail to make already it is in primary node. Because it is in primary node, we cannot make it a secondary. First, we need to make it a secondary first. It is not making a secondary. First, we need to. Okay, and queue manager is good. Let me try. Yes, I fill a pipe symbol grab MQM. If any process, no process are running. Where? Oh. Let us see some pacemaker logs here. Any errors in the pacemaker you can see. It should not come. It should come easily. Here not there. See the main log. Take life 200 messages. Unknown CPU. Okay, unknown CPU. There is some OS level configuration is failing. Fine. Resuccess. We are good here. to MQB. This is also good. Let me see. Connection should be there. Otherwise, queue managers are not going to be created. Let me see. The connections are there for this or not. Security groups. Okay. Here, good for the groups. Yeah, this all traffic is good here. We are good here. Let us go for secondary server also. We are good. Security over here. Modules. We are good on that. But anyhow, okay. Let us sometimes server reboot might be required. Let us go for server reboot once and let me try. But it should work here. Okay, let me go for server reboot first. We are good here. Now try here. Let's say RDQM status, -m, RDQM1. To make it as primary, RDQM-DR. I have to make it RDQM-DR. You know, okay, because the primary queue manager is completely shut down. Hence, I can make it as primary. Now you can see RDQM status, -m, my queue manager. Because primary is not available, hence we can see DR type asynchronous, remote host is not available. Now switch as MQM user. Now start the queue manager, str MQM RDQM1. Now the queue manager is started successfully. Now let us see whether it is available again back to the position or not. You can see here also RDQM status -m RDQM1. Oh, you can see partition. DR status, it is available, but still it's in progress. Now it is partition. Wait some time. It should be normal. DR status should be normal all the times. Okay, let me restart the session of this server. Okay, EC2-user. So SU-DSPMQ RDQM status -m, my queue manager is here RDQM1. Now it should be. Let us try to switch the queue manager once again from primary node to secondary. This is in secondary or primary? Still this is in primary. Okay. RDQM-DR -m, my queue manager is RDQM1-S. Now it is in secondary. We are good on that. But now we can see the command. Okay, now it is a synchronization. Remote host is not available. Wait for some time. Should be there. RDQM status. RDQM status. -m, my queue manager is RDQM1. What happened? Remote is not available to showing. It's not happen like that. Okay, fine. Now it is in running status. It is in primary node. RDQM status -m RDQM1. We are good. Now it is. Let me try to switch the queue manager. MQM RDQM1. Now we are good. Now go with root user RDQM-DR-M. My queue manager RDQM1. I want to make it a secondary. Now it is in secondary node. Let me make it a. Now we come here and make it as primary. RDQM-DR-M RDQM1-P. Now it is in primary node. Now switch as queue manager and start the queue managers. RDQM1. Now queue manager is started successfully. You can see here RDQM status -m RDQM1. Now it is in provide. It is showing remote host not available. It should not show like that, but there is some issue. It should show that like that. It should say remote host there. The remote host you can see. Okay, it should be normal all the times, but anyhow, RDQM status. Okay, we are good on that part. Now again, if you want to switch the queue managers, first you need to enter the queue manager here. But maybe we need to reboot this server also one time. Let me try to reboot and try. Let me try to reboot this server also. Because once the RDQM everything is configured, we need to reboot the servers. We not rebooted. That's this problem. Okay, fine. It should always it should be normal. If it is showing, there is some problem might be. It should come always normal. Now we can do. It's not working. Okay, fine. Still server is not up. Okay, let us try here. RDQM status. Now it is partiated. It is part. Now I think it is up. I think. Okay. EC2 user. So SU icon. IBM MQ RDQM status -M RDQM. Now asynchronous. It is in partiality. There is some problem. Let us try to switch the queue managers and MQM queue manager name. And again, you need to go with root user, or you can give the permissions of MQM root user also. RDQM-DR-M, my RDQM1-S. You need to make it a secondary. Now you can see RDQM status -M RDQM1. Now it is in secondary node. Now we have to make this as primary node. How to make this as primary node? RDQM-DR-M RDQM1-P. Now switch as MQM and start the queue managers. See, now if you see df-h, you can see the volume directories. In secondary node, you cannot see. Now you can see df-h, you cannot see. Why? Because it is a replica. You can see only wherever the queue manager is running. In that queue manager, the logs or data will come, and DRDB will capture that, and it is going to save to the secondary server. This is going to be happen. The main advantage is here. If one node down, also no problem. The secondary node is going to work automatically, but auto failover is not going to be happen. For example, if this queue manager went down, the running queue manager went down, you need to manually come, you need to manually start, you need to make this queue manager as primary. We need to make this queue manager as primary, and we need to start the queue manager. Both things you need to be happen. Because you need queue manager cannot understand which is primary and which is secondary. You need to manually first you need to make it as secondary to primary, and you need to start the queue managers. Manual interaction will be there. This we call as auto failover will not be there. Manual interaction will be there. That's the main disadvantages in RDQM-DR configuration. You can keep two servers in two different data centers, and you can replicate all these things instead of keeping two servers in two different regions. But in this config, it is going to be helpful for you. Auto failovers is going to be happen automatically. All these things is going to be happen automatically. In this way, we can configure this RDQM-DR configuration. See how the replication is going to be started. There is some problems and they have some questions. For example, there is some network issue happen. What is happening? For example, my primary queue manager, secondary queue manager, some network issue is there. Some network issue will be there. Let us assume there is some network issue is there from primary queue manager, secondary queue manager. At that time, replication is not going to happen. Once the network is established, automatically the replication is going to start automatically. First of all, before replication starts, automatically your queue manager keeps the old snapshot. For example, for 1 hour there is no network communication between your primary server and secondary server. After 1 hour, your secondary queue manager comes. Before accepting the replication, your secondary server first take that whatever the snapshot is there, the old snapshot it will keep aside, and it will accept the replication. Once the replication is completed, it is going to delete the old snapshot, and it will keep the new data, new snapshot considered. For example, old snapshot is there, but before replication completed, all the data not come from primary to secondary. In between, again, some network communication comes. Automatically, the queue manager will remove the new data and it will keep the old snapshots automatically. This is going to be happen. Whenever the secondary node accepts the replication, before accepting the replication, it takes the snapshot and it will keep aside. Once the replication 100% is completed, then it will remove the old snapshot. If 100% is not completed, again there is some network issue or some issue it comes. It will not accept the new data also it is going to remove. It is going to replace the old snapshot which is taken before the replication. This is how it is going to happen. If you have two data centers, if you want to two-node configuration, it will be easy and it will be helpful for you. Okay, thank you, and I'll come with the next session with RDQM 3 nodes. The installation wise, RDQM 2 nodes, 3 nodes, 6 nodes, everything is same installation wise. But in RDQM 3 nodes configuration, we 3 servers should be there. Minimum 3 servers should be there. Auto failure will be happen automatically. But in 2 nodes, auto failure is not going to be happen. But RDQM 3 node configuration, minimum 2 nodes should be active all the times. If 2 nodes are down, the third node is not going to work. 2 nodes should be active all the times. But if you take in 2 node configuration, even 1 node also the queue manager runs, we can start the queue manager, we can do anything. But in RDQM 3 node configuration, all the times 2 nodes should be up. The main advantage is in 3 node configuration, auto failure is going to happen. Some floating IPs we are going to create and we are going to run. In the next session, I'm going to explain 3 node configuration also. That's about today's session. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Hope this session is going to be helpful for you. If you have any doubts, you can comment in the below video. You can comment. I can help you on that part. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.